So what is light? It's a question that seems straightforward on the surface, but how do we answer this simply? If you ever wanted a way to explain it, then this video will do it for you. Okay, so what is light? When we think of light, we normally think of two types. One being a light bulb in the room that comes on when we flick a switch, but the primary source of light we can all appreciate is the sun. Now the sun is a huge fireball, spewing energy in all directions. The light we see is just a tiny fraction of that energy, which our eyes can detect. Now when we describe light, we normally talk about it in terms of what we can see, what is known as visible light. But other animals, for example, can see different types of light, and in fact the light spectrum is enormous from infrared to ultraviolet. Now light moves very, very fast, over 186,000 miles in just 1 second. The sun, though, is so far from us that it still takes around 8 minutes for the light from the sun to reach us, even at that amazing speed. But how does light travel that way? Well, the energy travels in a wave, a bit like how waves on the sea travel, but the waves are microscopic, around 100 million times smaller, which does make them very small indeed. But where exactly does light come from? Well, in order to answer that, we have to talk again about energy. Now, there is a fixed amount of energy within the universe. You can't get rid of energy, it just takes on different forms, and the same can be said for light. Light is made within atoms, the essential building blocks of everything around us, from the air we breathe, the cells in our bodies, to brick walls. What happens is that within an atom, electrons get excited. Now this term excited in this context means they absorb energy. Think of the electrons within an atom sitting on a series of steps. When an electron absorbs energy, they get to move up the steps. But this makes the atom unstable, so after a while the atom moves back down the steps to its original point. But when that happens, it has to give back the energy it absorbed, and it does this with a flash of light called a photon. And it's these photons that we detect, whether that's from a light bulb in the room with us or from the sun. And that, in a nutshell, is what light is. Now, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Come back and join me soon for another episode of 5Ws and 1H. Please click subscribe below to ensure you don't miss an episode, and feel free to leave me a comment, topic suggestion or question below, or you can always shoot me an email at 5wsand1h@gmail.com. That's the word 5, F-I-V-E, W-S, the number 1, H @gmail.com. I look forward to seeing you back here again soon.